Welcome to the Middleware Tech YouTube channel. In this series, you'll learn about Python string null code examples used in the videos will be available on GitHub. Let's get started.
What does it mean by string? A string is said to be as collections of characters. A string means collections of character. So string means a collection of character. In Python, we can define a string. How? Or if you remember, I already told you that based on hello, that string we can define using double quotes or using single quotes. Any one you can use to define a string in Python. There is no concept of character in Python. If you want to work on character, then you can use it like this. Ultimately, it is a string only. If you want to work with a single character, then you can take it like this, use it like this. For red, by yellow, green. You can use it, but ultimately it is not a character, it's a string only. Okay. So one point we already talked about a string like when we'll do string concatenation, when you do to concatenate any data type to a particular string, the other data type need to be first explicitly converted to a string. This property already we have done. Let me show you one second. This is important property in Python string that is going to separate Python string and Java string. Thing is that to concatenate spelling concatenate any data type to a string, the other data type needs to be first explicitly converted in a string. The other data type needs to be first converted into string. What does it mean? Already you talked about it. Let me show one second. What does it mean? The meaning is that, I'm writing one string variable, and this string variable, I'm going to do some concatenation. Assume this is hello world. Okay. Class. I'm using the concatenation, right? I'm going to add one integer plus. I want to add one Boolean variable. Boolean variable is false. So if you write it in Java, no issues, it will work fine, no problem. But the same statement, if you write in Python, it will not work. Why? This is the property you have to follow. To concatenate any data type to a string, the other data types needs to be first converted into a string. That means this one I have to convert as a string, and this is a Boolean, right? This one also I have to convert as a string. Then then it's direct, because hello world, it is already a string, right? So then this is correct in Python, that we have to remember when I'm writing any string or doing some concatenation with a string, we have to remember this property. It's a very, very important property for Python string. Fine, first point. Second point is that if I am going to now see, I talked about data types, and data types means so it's in a string. So int var, assume int variable equal to some value 9. Int, fine. It's an int because 9 I have initialized inside this. So based on the input, it is decided that it's an int. Correct. Then I'm going to insert boolean value, boolean var. I'm going to insert true. Based on the input, decided that it is boolean value. Now, thing is that, or based on the input, decided that it's a string. Now, the thing is that how I'll test it. I want to check, yes, is it a string or not? I want to check. Yes, I'm just defining like this, but I want to check that yes, it's int or not. Is it boolean or not? I want to cross check, right? So to cross check, how to cross check? We can cross check a data type using a particular method called type. How it is? So just see here. I'm going to create one class here. Write one def, one method, Control V, and M1. POP I'm doing, right? Not OP, POP. So here, I've written this three method, right? Definition of a method. I've created a string, right? Now what I want, I know the type for the first one. So how to take print type for the first one. One is here, where? Here's second one. This is POP I'm doing fine. Second one, I want to check the type int var. The third one, we have to check the type. That is bool var. Fine. So if you see here, I want to check whether what is the actual data is for them. So this is the method where method I have declared this. Then I'm calling this a method. It should work fine. So file save as, you can make it as a string demo. So all the string labs will put in a separate folder. Demo. And right here as mo.py. Okay. Now here, right, it should work. Let me check. Yes, it is working fine just here. First one is a string type. Then we got if someone is just not told, right? Is there any predefined class? Yes. str is the name of the class. The name of the int, the name of the class is int. Name of the class is bool. Already I told you, right, that things that you have declared here, these are by default object in Python. Don't say these are a primitive variable. No, there is no concept of primitive variable in Python. They are the object. So when you're initializing 9, it's an object. Find it out by this reference. I'm going to true, it's an object. Okay? Object of which class? Bool class. All right. So it's an object. So in Python, whatever you are going to declare, it's an object. You have to remember that. And that is also another point from Java. In Java, there is a concept of primitive data types. But in Python, there is no concept of primitive data type. Any variable you declared, it's an object. And that's very good implementation because in Java, if you have done Java, you may have one concept that is called a string constant pool. String constant pool provide the same support. Like in the string constant pool, if I'm going to create a string literal in Java, I'm talking about that string literal, same string literal, I'm going to create once again. It is not going to create another object. It is going to point out the first. It will check whether the same object is available in the string constant pool or not. If it is there, then it will point out the same object. So the same concept is available in Java with the name called string constant pool for string literals in Java. And that concept of string literals in a string constant pool, the same concept is there in Python. In Python, what they're saying, that any variable I'm going to create, that will be an object. And that will be an object, and same variable, if I'm going to create second time, it is not going to create the object once again. It is going to point if it will check whether that existing object is already available in the pool or not. If it is there, then it is going to point out that object only. Okay, so it's a very, very good features in Python, because the advantage is that it will give us reusability. Okay, it will not move like if the object is unused, then object, I'll talk about how Python garbage collection work that I've not spent time, will spend time on this. Now what I'm saying is that when any object is there, already there, and if I'm going to create the same object once again, it is not going to create the same object once again. That existing object, it is going to point out. Okay, so that is a very good features, and it will give us a reusability in Python. Okay, and that's why these objects are said to be immutable. That's why these, all the basic variables we talked about immutable, right? Like a string, int, boolean, and we have float, right? These are immutable. Immutable means once created, you cannot change that object. If I'm going to change, it is going to create another object. So that immutability property we talked about in details with the example today, right? Okay. Okay, so what you're talking about? Yes, you're talking about the string part, right? Okay. So if you declare a particular string, that string, what type of variable it is, that variable type we can get with the help of this function called type. This is an inbuilt function. You can use this function to get the details. Fine. Now what I want to show is that in Python provide lots of inbuilt function to manipulate string. Some of the function are similar to other language, and some of the functions are not similar to other language. So what we have to know is that what are the different function available or provided by Python, or different string functions and how they work. That is one scenario. Second scenario is that Python, when you are dealing with Python string has a property called immutable property. So we should show how that immutability property work for a Python string. That is another scenario. Third scenario is that there is some operator is there with Python string, equal to operator, is operator, how we can use those operators using Python string, right? These are some of the scenarios there in Python string. So let's explore them one by one. Okay. So and try to execute most of the function using with a single example. Let's see how much you can do it. Let's write here one string s equal to, just writing here, this is a good. So I have written one string, Python string. This is a good book. Okay. Okay, now here I'm just writing S1 equal to S1 equal to S4. Then I'm using print this one. It will tell me what will be the output of print. This will be the next line, right? So let me write this. Then I'm talking about all the function together. This is one scenario. Second scenario, I want to write here as S2 equal to yes. I'll discuss about it. Let me complete it first. 4 colon take it 9. What does it mean by this, right? Then I print. Then take another scenario S3 equal to S 4 colon. What does it mean by this? What does it mean? That you have to check. Print. See. Next, I can say like we have one function. It is yeah. We can use. I can think S4 is of colon -2. This is another scenario. I'll discuss everything. Print of S4. Then take S5 equal to. So let's see first these things. See here. Control C copy. And let's create a program. I can create another program, string demo 1.py. Okay, so if m2 b I think indentation problem. So file save all. So let's execute this code. Then we can see. Let me write the name of this as string demo 1.py. Now here, okay, this is the code. Now just execute it. So just see here what we got the output. First point is that I have used here S4. So what is the meaning of this? The meaning is that I want to, I'm doing character extraction. To extract a character out of an string, you do use the same method as you have extract in Java. In Java also you do the same thing. But in these examples, what we will do, I've just given the position 4. So in the 4 position, which character is there? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is starting 0. 0 is the space. It's taken by 0. Right? So in the 4 position, I got the particular character that gets printed. Now, what does it mean by 4 to 9? right? So 429 is nothing but it is said to be as a, in Python we use this type of declaration as a slice notation. Okay, so this slice notation actually defined with the help of this colon character to separate the range of values from start to end. So this slice notation is going to get the value from 4 to 9 position. So from 4 to 9 position, 4 to 9 position, it will come in this character, a string, right? Now this is another one slice position 4 colon. What does it mean? How to get all the characters of a string after that, after the character under index 4. So after 4, the complete string will come after 4. So it came, right? So
Sorry,
yes, please.
sorry.
Yes, please.
It says the output includes fourth and ninth character, isn't it? I mean, starting from fourth, not after fourth, is it?
Okay, it is showing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is taking the fourth one. It is taking the fourth one. Taking the fourth one next.
Means it starts with 1, right? Not 0. That means on the first line says as this, the output is S. That means it should start with 1 or 0.
Just check here. Here, just make it 0. See here, S1, what it is printing. File save all. 01 is nothing printing. That means 01 is this space. If I'm using 1, it's T. So it is starting with 0 and 01 it is taking the space.
Okay.
So like this way, then you can cross check it. There's small things. Another point is that this one, what is the meaning of this syntax? You get it in Python only. In other language, I don't think it is there. So what is the meaning of this syntax? Colon -2, right?
It's from the beginning until the end, but not
From
the
the
last
end.
two.
From
Not
the
the last
yes,
two.
from the end, it is going to remove 2 character. -2, right? So let's check from the end, it is going to remove 2 character. Yes, this is the 1 character, space and book. So this 2 character is going to remove from the end, and the remaining part it will come. Because this complete string have the space also, right? In the front as well as end. So these are some of the basic functions are there in a string, and here you may get some other string, other functions is also there. But why I'm saying these functions, because these functions slightly different from other language. That's why I just going to mention here for a string comparison. Assume in S I have all this string. I want to get each and every character from this string. I want to get each and every character from this string. Then what I'll do? So you can use this for loop. I've given one example last time. You can use for loop for C, H, N, S, right, and print all the attribute like print and print all the attribute CH. That's it. I can get all the character from this string using this. So just here, Control V, file, save all, I can execute, and you can see here all the character came one by one. Right? You can get all the characters. Okay. So it's nothing but the for loop to get all the character from the string. The scenario is there for a string. Let me talk about the scenario that is not there in other language. Like you're going to compare to a string, so you can use equal to operator, right? whether they're equal or not. Similarly, we have some other function called start with, end with. So right. So let me write it. Work. Assume you have one. I think S1 equal to hello world, and we have another one, a string. Take it as S2, and S2 have hello world itself, but it is in small letter. Small. Now what I can do is that I want to check whether this S1 started with HE or not. So you can write here S1 dot both I think small letter, not capital. Start with. This is a particular function. Whether it is starting with capital HE. This one, yes. If it is starting with, then it will take a Boolean value. Boolean value means assume SS. SS should contain a Boolean value. If it start with HE, it is not okay. Similarly, assume S2 dot end with. End with is a function, not end with, and if it is end with RLD or LD. If it is true, then it will return a Boolean value. And assume this Boolean value is error. And you can print both the Boolean value here. Print, you can print SS. Similarly, you can print in the second time. Control C. In the same method, check the indentation is proper. The save file, save all. Okay. Okay, this is something different. Leave it. Now here, let me execute it. S1, S2. Okay, okay. There is some problem with starts with, I think so, and ends with. Okay. Next, execute. Yes, it's working fine. See both returning true. Boolean value. Start with HE, S2, end with RLD. It's returning Boolean value true. It's working fine. Noises. So like this way, we'll get multiple function inside a string. Okay. And let's take another one example. We should do these examples. Let's think about another example like. Yeah, let me talk about another one example that is not there in Java or some other language, that is find method. In Python, they have implemented this as a find. In Java, it is there in Java, but the method name is last index of or index of. What does it mean? Just see here, please. Assume we have this string. This is a good book. There. So from using this, I'm just talking about. Assume this is my string. This is a good book. Okay. Now, what I want a character. I want a character position. Okay, I want a character position. Okay, what is the index position of a particular character? That I want. So if I want to get the index position of a particular character in Python, in Java we use index of, last index of, but in Python we use one method called find or rfind. Something is there. Let me check. Is dot find method is there. What I want to get the position of s. There is no concept of character, so we have to take it as a string only. So I want to get in Python, I want to get the position of s character from the first. Then I have to use find method, and it's returning the position of s character, and that is an int, and that I am going to store inside. Okay, ss1, assume it's an int. Okay, the return type. You can check the API documentation. Similarly, ss2 you can define s dot the position of s from the last. It will come this. Position of s from first, it will be this. Position of s from last, it will be this. So from last, I want to check the position of s. For this, you have one of the method called rfind. Okay. Yes. And we have to print the position, the occurrence of these two characters. Print. This is one. The second scenario. Print. This is two. Right. So let's see this one. See. Control V. Here. I'm using this is only. So let's execute it. And we can see here the position of S from the first, it is 4. And from the last, it is 7. It's fine, no issues. So in Java, that has been done with the help of index of, last index of. Whereas in our string, Python string, it is done with find and rfind, same only. But in Java, it is used as a character. But in Python, we are using a string only. Okay, so this is not a character, this is a string only. Okay. Similarly, another one common difference is there. In Java, we use stream function. Okay, so if I'm using s, right? So what is the length of s? So length of s you can use, right? Length of s. So assume it is ss3 equal to, you got the length of this s. Now what I have to print that length. In this length, see this length will come with the space itself. Right? Now what I want to remove this space. This space is called leading blank. I have this technical term, leading blank. Okay, leading blank. The first space is called leading blank, and the last space is called trailing blank or trailing space. Okay, leading space and trailing space. Initial blank is called leading. Now, with different documentation, you may find these terms. So to remove this leading space and the trailing space, what we'll do is we have to use one function called trim in Java. I'm comparing it with another language. But in Python, we use one function called strip, strip. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create that is string once again. The name of the string is S1, assume, okay, or SS4, assume. I'm going to use S dot. This is the function that is given in Python, strip. So this, what it will do, it is going to remove the leading space and the trailing space. Where you want to check whether it is removing or not. So after calling this function, once again I'll check the length and print the length. Okay. Once again I'm going to check the length, that will come in this 4 and print the length. Let's see the difference is coming or not. Right? Okay. So in first one, I'm going to check the length using leading space and trailing space. And the second one, I'm going to check the length without you removing the leading space and the trailing space. Right? Okay, so let me execute and check how it is. V. Z. It put and the same indentation. Okay, there should not have any error. Yes, fine. So save it and execute and see the output. See the output. Initially, the length was 21. After we have applied this function, I have to check the length, right? So that function got changed, right? That will be SS4, not S. SS4, right? And you can see the length. Initially, it was 21. And once we have used this function, after that, it got reduced to 19. Why? Because this 2 space has gone. So here it should be SS4. Here, giving the length as 21, and here 19. Because this function is used in Python, and the implementation is like this, right? Okay. Similarly, we have uppercase, lowercase, different. Yes, we have another one for important function is there in Python. Let me take that example. That is how I can reverse a complete string. Okay, to reverse a string in Python, they have given one double slice notation. It is used a lot. Let me tell you. This is called double slice notation. See, in different framework, this notation is used differently. Some framework you will find this notation as a scope resolution operator. Okay, in C++. The same notation is used in functional programming, some other name. And in string, Python string, the same notation is called as double slice notation. But uses are different in different scenario. So this notation is called double slice notation. Now, what is the purpose of this notation? Is nothing but to reverse a string. So how it can reverse the string? If this is your string, if this is your string, it can reverse a string. How we have S is a string, right? We have to use this like this double slice notation minus 1. It reverse the complete string and assume it is put in. It will put inside reverses. Okay, equal to this. Print. That's it. That's it. You just have to put like this and print reverses. Check reversing not or not, Control C, the end, Control V, A, save it and execute. So just see here, complete string got reversed. This is a good book. Just from here, THIS, this is a good book. So complete string got reversed, right? With the help of this this double slash notation, right? So like this way you will get different function. There's different approach to reverse string, right? So these are things is that if you go with API documentation, you may get some more. One important things, one very common questions that come in a string, and Python string, one common question comes, and very important from concept point of view. That questions, let me discuss at last. That question is this one. This one. What is the difference between these two? It's a very common questions in Python string. It's a very common questions and important questions also in Python string. So let us complete this session discussing this example. Is and equal to. A common and important one. What is the difference between these two, and how we can differentiate between these two in Python? Okay, so let's explore this. I think we talked about today morning. No, we have not talked about using this. So let's understand this using a example. Okay. This is a part of so let me take one example to talk about this. Let me take on some list example to talk about to distinguish this list example. Like we already talked about list in our data structure. Like okay, so let's see. First of all, what is this? This it is an operator. What is this? It is an operator. What is equal to equal? It's an operator is used when the value of two operands are equal. That means the condition will it will going to check whether the value between two operands are equal or not, right? So you can write it is used to check the value between two operand. Operand means the value that it contain, the variable content. And we use this term also. Fine. Okay. Take the value between two string. And what is this is? What is this is? It is also an operator. Okay, but the purpose of using this is to check whether two variable is going to point to the same address or not. Okay, so same object or not. So you can say that whether two object so you can write, let me write is evaluate to true if the variables on either side of the operator points to same object. If the variable on either side of operator points to same object. Points to same. What does it mean by this, right? So let me understand this using an example. I think best. Let me understand this using an example. So let's see. Let's assume I have one list one. Talking about array, array. So that array contain collections of A and B and C. The array contain total. This is an array, simple array or list, what we define in Python. So what does it mean? This is an object, fine, and this is a reference. This reference is pointing out to this object. Then we say that this is an object. So it is one type of array. Okay. Now what I want is I want create another list, another one reference that is going to point list to one. See here, please. This reference is pointing out to this reference, and this will contain this object. Okay, and I want to create another one list, list 3, and that list 1. Okay, what I'll do in the list 3 is that assume I'm going to convert that list 1 as a list once again inside list 3. So you can create a list of list 1. So what does it mean? Just see here. This is a list. This is also pointing to a reference, and this is also a list. Correct? List 3. It's pointing out to this list. Now what I am going to do is that I want to, if you want, you can print all of them. Now what I want to do is that I want to check whether list 1 and list 2 contain the same content or not. I want to check the content. How to check the content inside the list? Using equal to operator. We use content inside a string, right? So if you say content, then what we can write here, like we can print list 1 equal to list 2. So both the content is same. List 1 and list 2, both the content is same. So it is going to return, if the content is same, it is going to return Boolean value. If the content is not same, it is going to return. So it should return Boolean value like true. Because it is going to compare the content equal to operator. Content between two lists. Both have the same content, right? Okay. Right? Okay. Now I have to use is operator. How to use is? Now what I'm going to write? I'm writing here list 1 is list 3. Let's see, this is a list 1. List 3, I'm going to create another one list from the list 1. Content is same, but this list 3 I'm going to create another one list, so its address will be different. List 3 is going to point different address. List 1 is going to point different address. So that address, it will be different. So it will return false. Print. This should return false because both the address is different. Right? Content is same. List 1 and list 3 content is also same. You want to check this one. Control C. List 1 and list 3. List 1 and list 3. Both the content is same. Here also it will return true. Right? But when talking about is operator is going to check the address. Now list 1 and list 2 both is pointing to the same address. So list 1 and list 2 is going to point to the same address because both are pointing to the same object address. So this list 1 and list 2, because both is pointing to the same object address, so it should return true. List 1 and list 3 have a different address. It should return false. Let me see. Is it like that? Control C. I'm not writing a separate program. Let me complete here only. Commented. Okay. This is my first list. And this is my second list. Now first I'm using operator equal to operator. Take the output. And then I'm using the operator. Take the address output. Save it. And execute. Yes, just see here, please. Both the content is same. List 1, list 2, content is same. List 1 and list 3, content is same. So that's why both true. Is equal to operator is going to compare the content. Whereas is operator is going to compare the address. So list 1 and list 2 address is same. List 1 and list 2. Yes, both are pointing to the same address because list 1 is pointing out to list 2 pointing out to list 1. So both is pointing to the same address. That's why true. But for list 3, it's a different address. False. And the same things you can do with the help of ID. If you remember today we talked about ID, right? Print ID. Because list 1 and list 3 should have different ID number because these two are different object. So what is the ID number for list 1? List 1 ID number. I'm going to print and this should be different. And this is a list 3 ID number. Save and execute. Just see here both the ID number is different because both the object is different. So you can check it using ID also. Today we talked about already ID. Today morning we talked about, right, one ID example. Right. So this two is good and important examples that we should work on it. Right. So these are the